Hello everyone, we're doing another video. How can you believe that? 2 in 1 day, it's a miracle. But I got a lot of bowls to glaze. Since I teach 3 days a week, I have a pile of bowls where I teach too to glaze. So I thought I'd bring some of them home to glaze. I haven't had a whole lot of time to make stuff here. If you've been watching my videos, you know I've been in the midst of a bathroom remodel, which hasn't been going very fast. One thing leads to another, and right now my bathroom is just gutted. All that's in there is a toilet. That's it. It's sitting in there all by itself, and pretty soon that's gonna be torn out too. Anyway, so I thought I'd glaze some more bowls. Anyway, I did glaze this cute little, I didn't put a clear on it yet, but that's just going to be a little spoon rest. I don't know how it'll turn out, but it's, I thought the little fish would be cute. And then I did this one. I think I did this one on, I don't know if I did that one on video or not. I don't know if I shared that on video or not. I know I did my blue and yellow bowl, but this one, of course, this one doesn't have a clear on it yet. So once it gets the clear glaze, then it'll go into the kiln, and I will show you pictures of the finished piece. Again, I'm using Amico velvet underglazes. I really just, I like those a lot. And so I'm using Amico velvets, and I'm gonna paint on bisqueware. And this is the bowl I'm doing. I don't have a very big foot on this. I wish I had put a bigger foot, but anyway. So yeah, I like to glaze on bisqueware. This has already been sponged off. I sanded it down a little bit and sponged it off a little bit to get the dust off. Whenever I fire my stuff in the kiln, I don't know, it always seems to get a little bit of a dust on it. So I felt a little rough piece. Hold on, let me sand this down real quick a little bit. What I use is these Diamond Core little sanding pads, and you wet them. You don't want to sand dry. So, and I'm just trying to take the wet edge off. I'll lower you down so you can see what I'm doing. There you go. Now I'm going to wipe it off a little bit. I don't know, for some reason, I don't know if I used a lot of water on this bowl, but it had a lot of grog. Oh, you know what? I know what this is. I used recycled clay from some of my students on this bowl, and I should have wedged it better, but I was in a hurry. I was in a hurry as usual. Okay, so I'm going to put some color on here. You can see my color palette is right here. Look at my yellow. Look at that. The yellow has turned black on the bottom because of bacteria growing down there. And it doesn't hurt your glaze. If it bothers you, you can put, maybe that's why my head gets stuffed up when I glaze, because I'm allergic to mold. Which mold isn't really bacteria, but it's probably a combination of mold too. You can put a couple of drops of bleach in there, which I should probably do, because I don't know why the yellow, the orange, and the red, they always stink so bad. Oh my gosh. Anyway, so this is my glaze palette, and if you've not watched my videos before, I just put mine in a bead box with a sealed bottom, and I'm gonna actually, I think I want a softer yellow. That's a pretty bright yellow. I think I'm going to go over that. I think I'm going to go with the softer yellow. There we go. I'm going to put some larger swatches of color on this bowl. Sometimes I do a lot of smaller ones, smaller swatches. Let me back this up just a tad. There you go. I don't like this. I bought a holder for my phone, and I don't really care for it too much. It doesn't work very well, but it is what it is, right? Sorry if you hate that saying, but it's my go-to. But it is what it is. There's some things you just can't change, and you just go with the flow. This is turquoise, Amigo Velvet's turquoise. And all the ones that I'm using here are the velvets. They're a little more transparent than the lugs, L-U-G. And the lugs don't have, quite the same colors. But I would like to try to get some more lugs just to see the difference. But I like to let mine sit in this tray. They dry out a little bit, and which helps them to become more concentrated. A lot of people water theirs down, and I hear that all the time, and maybe that's why I had some problems. Maybe that's why I had some problems with some bubbling. People were saying that maybe I had applied it too thick, but I don't know. I mean, I've had problems with them burning out when I apply it too thin. So right now I'm just trying to get some color on here. And then I'm going to use some stamps. I got some new little people stamps. I thought I'd try those on the inside. I'm going to put a little bit of green in there. Well, this is chartreuse, so this should fire like a lime green. But I'm just putting a little bit of the avocado in there. And I want it a little bit darker. Let's see here. Can you guys see it? I'm going to raise it up just a little bit. There we go. Make sure you're in the picture, as Simon Leach would always say. I don't know if you guys ever watched Simon Leach. He's one of my favorite potters. He always says, "Are we in the picture? Hope we're in the picture." But he's got his camera on a tripod. If you're, learning how to throw, he is the guy to go to. I'm kind of self-taught. I mean, I took a few classes, but I have to say that I probably learned most of my stuff from him. As far as throwing wise, and Ben Clark from Queen City Clay, he used to do a lot of videos when Queen City Clay used to be Funky Fired Arts. So if you're looking for some good throwing videos, check out Ben Clark's from Funky Fired Arts. I don't know if he does too many now. Now he's too busy. He bought Queen City Clay, and I think with a couple other people. So now I think he's too busy. But oh my gosh, his throwing videos they're good. They're entertaining, whereas like Simon Leach is more straightforward. So I gotta pick another color here. I think I'm gonna pick violet. So this is chartreuse. This is turquoise. This is intense yellow. No, this is a soft yellow, just yellow. So that's what I've got in here so far. And this is violet. Now, I didn't really mean to make stripes like that. I don't really like when it's, I don't know, when it looks like it's too uniform. But now I'm kind of stuck with it. I get talking and I forget what I'm doing. Because I really don't draw out on my clay. I just kind of wing it. Just kind of wing it. All right. Now try to blend them in just a little bit. I don't like them. I don't know. The edge is too stark, you know. Like I think that one's pretty good. Sometimes you can just use your fingers. If you hear any snoring, it's because my dog Archie's under my table sleeping, taking a nap. Oh, I hear my husband home, so you may hear the dogs barking. Hey, Chris. Oh, gosh. So, all right, let's get some more yellow on here. Try to smooth it in with the purple, because I got a lot of purple. There we go. That's a little bit softer. I can put a little more green on here. There we go. I think that's good. I'm wasting time. Okay, so on the inside, let's see here. Actually, I'm going to do the very bottom. Chris?
What?
Daddy's home. Tell him I'm doing a video. Otherwise, the dogs will go, he'll come in and the dogs will go crazy, which they might anyway, but. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do, let me get my sponge out here and lay this down so you can see it a little better. There we go. I've got my stamp pad from, this is you can make your own, but I just got this from Minnesota clay company called Potter's Pad, and it already has the black underglaze in there. I use that for my stamps. Go. So I am going to put some stamps in there. Let's see, I'm going to do some lettering. Let's see. It's not drying out. I'll put this here. There we go. Now that looks good. I accidentally left this open all night, and so I kind of sprayed it with a little bit of water and this morning, just so it didn't kind of wake up the colors a little bit more. There we go. I love these little words, like newsprint kind of look. There you go. And just once you set it down, make sure you hold it in place so you don't smear it. Like once it's on, you notice I put my finger on there so it doesn't move. And one thing I think I'm going to do on this one that I haven't done on a lot of them is add more layers of underglaze to make shapes. Interesting shapes I can go around. So you lay it on, you press it down. You know, always have one finger on there so it doesn't move. And see, it makes a really nice stamp. My friend used to be a Stampin' Up! Rep, and I got so many from her. Sorry, I'm thinking my allergies been so bad. I think because of the renovation, the bathroom renovation. I think it's stirred up a lot of dust. So here I'm just using my fingers. Not sure. And then I'll go back with underglaze and or no, my black liner. There we go. And put one here. And make some doodle on there. I think I'm going to put some over here too, so it matches. Whoops. It was kind of running a little bit, so that's why I picked it up. Let's put some over here. Put it over here so you can see what I'm doing here. This is so much fun to do. I mean, I could sit here all day and just, you know, doodle. I used to call my doodle bowls. They're kind of graffiti bowls, but really they're kind of doodle bowls too. Let's see. Whoops. Oh, just put my finger in the stamp pad. You don't want that. You don't want to smear it. Then you'd have to turn it into something else. Let's see. Let's take some. I'm going to put some leaves over here, I think. And I'm going over where these two colors meet, and that'll kind of help cover up where they meet. And you don't want things too uniform. I don't know. I don't think they're as interesting when they're too uniform. You know, if they're kind of, I don't know, whimsical, or it makes you pay attention more when you're looking at the bowl. Like, oh, there's, you know, there's this, there's leaves, and there's this and this, and it's so therapeutic just to paint whatever you want to do. It's hard for me to not be uniform, believe it or not. I had someone tell me that it's hard for them to be paint whimsical, and you do have to kind of pay attention and force yourself to get out of a rut if you're trying to not be, paint perfectly. Let's see. So I think I'm going to put in some goldfish. I think I'll put some goldfish in here. Just like a little school. And like I said, these underglazes, they go on kind of translucent, so it helps to let that first layer dry. Before you go back over them again. Put the tail on. They're fins, I guess. I don't know. I just like little whimsical goldfish. I just was outside earlier looking at my little goldfish pond, and I see some of the goldfish moving around in there. It's such a struggle to keep them alive because our weather is so erratic. They come out of hibernation because they think it's warming up and spring's here, and the next thing you know we got snow, and the water gets so cold again. And plus we have all these trees back there, and the leaves keep falling in the pond. And I thought we put our net on it this year, but I don't know if we forgot, but sometimes it helps to put a net over it in the fall to keep the leaves out of there. I just love going back there watching the little goldfish swim around. I always try to imagine what it would be like to be a goldfish. That's if you don't have fish chasing you around trying to eat you. or the raccoons or big birds. You have to hide under a rock, wouldn't you? So you don't get eaten by a raccoon or a heron, or that wouldn't be good. So I try to put on like 3 coats, because some of these, they do tend to burn out. And if you add a little bit of white and then go over with the 3rd coat too, that helps add more opacity to them, make them more opaque. And of course it adds, some interest. You don't want them all one solid color. I just uploaded another video. It's uploading right now, so you guys will get to see 2 today if you're interested. Let's see, what else should I do over here? That's green there. I am going to do some flowers. Let's see. My brushes are they're all different kinds. They're all whatever's on sale, whatever at Hobby Lobby. Okay, let's see. Now this is called Royal Blue. And if you make a mistake, don't worry about it. Chances are nobody's even going to see it. hope you can see what I'm doing. Can you see? Let me just kind of turn it a little bit. So I'm just putting some kind of funky designs on here. Again, these are Amigo velvets. I fire to about a cone 5.5. And I will put a zinc-free clear over these. Right now I'm using Mako Stoneware zinc-free clear. I'm also, I just mixed up another batch of Jessica Putnam Phillips 2167. So hopefully that will not, hopefully that will fire well for me. I'm going to try and fire a little hotter next time. I think I'm going to try to fire to cone 6 and see if that doesn't help with the clear. Keep it more clear. I've had problems with it going cloudy a little bit. And I've tried like 4 of them. I've mixed up 4 different batches of 4 different people's glazes. Not here at my house, but at the studio where I teach. Not really a studio, it's a rec center. So I gotta do some test samples of that, but they've been coming out cloudy too. So I'm thinking, you know, I think they're going on too thick. They're going on too thick. They said thickness application could be a problem. Clears should really, you know, 1 to 2 coats. I would like to put 2 if it's functional wear. But really, on like the outside of this bowl, you could just do 1. Do you hear that snoring? Oh, that's my Yorkie underneath there, Archie. We call him Archibald. That's his fancy name. But you know how it is with big kids. You know, you only call them by their fancy name when you're mad at them. Archibald, get your Heidi in the house at 4 in the morning when I have to get up and let them out. Because they're all old. They're all seniors. So, you know. Okay, so let's see. I want to put a word on here. So I'm looking through my rubber stamps. So I started to say that my friend used to be a Stampin' Up rep, and I have got stamps out the wazoo. My gosh, I got so many rubber stamps, and I didn't even think about putting them on pottery until I don't know who I saw do it. But I thought, well, hey, that would be fun. So I'm trying to use up all these stamps. And when you're putting on the stamp, when you're doing the words, remember that your bowl, as you're glazing it, is upside down. And then I just dip them in the water when I'm done. Set them aside. Yeah, so just remember to, you know, wipe them off. But yeah, remember to put them right side up if you were wanting to put words on there and they're not upside down. I did that on the very first one. I don't know if you were watching that video, but yeah, I put the word on upside down. I'm like, oh darn. Let's see, I'm gonna put this over here too, I think. Although I do have these other leaves over here. I'll show this to you when I'm done. I like painting in these little designs. It's really really pop. I like this. Oh, and I got a kitty cat here somewhere. I always like to do the butterflies. People like the butterflies and the kitty cats. I'm running out of room already though. Wow. Well, gotta have room for a butterfly, right? That's a big butterfly. See, just put him on there and they're really easy to stamp. There we go. Yeah, they turn out really nice. Someone was telling me too, sorry I don't remember all you guys' names, but if your stamps don't pick up the stamp ink very well, you can always sand them a little bit, and that helps. There you go. There's the butterfly. That turned out good, didn't it? Okay. Let's see. What else is I gonna? Oh yeah, kitty cat. I had a kitty cat here somewhere. I wanted to add. Oh, I know. Here's a dragonfly. Here's a dragonfly. Let's put him on there. Oh yeah, and I gotta put a person on here too. Some little people. Let's see. I think I'll put this over here. My dog Sophie just came in. She's on squirrel patrol today. We bought some peanuts for the squirrels out back and bought some more bird seed. So of course it's just driving her crazy. She can't get out there. Let's see here. Oh, I could put a kitty cat. Here's my kitty cat stamp. Isn't he cute? Where should I put him at? I could put him in the blue. I really don't want a blue kitty cat, but I guess I could put him here. Let's see. I'll put him there. Maybe he's swimming. And also, like with these kind of things, make sure you put them upright also. Unless you want your kitty cat taking a nosedive. Facing downward, maybe he's standing on his head. He turned out really good too. Such a crisp, they really do come out really crisp. Isn't he cute? So what I'm going to do is I might add maybe a little bit darker orange to him. Maybe be an orange tabby cat, huh? I think I want this watered down a little bit more. I think I'm going to add a little bit of water to it. There we go. Probably would have helped if I let that dry a little more. Sometimes I get too impatient. It's hard to wait. There we go. And it doesn't hurt if it blurs a little bit. It just kind of gives it a softer look. All right. Let's see. What else? Do I want to do any more? Oh, I need a meow stamp. So he says meow. This might be a long video. We're at 34 minutes. Okay. There we go. And then you hold one side as you're taking it off so you don't smear it. It just takes a little practice. It's easy to do. Easy peasy. This is all easy peasy. There's no rocket science here. No rocket science, friends. Okay, you know I'm going to put a sun there. I always put a happy face sun because I love the sunshine. So I always gotta put my sunshine in there. I'm gonna put a little stamp over here. I think I'm gonna put 3 of those. And if sometimes, like I always say, you know, when do you stop? It's just, you could just, you know, you just go on forever. Okay. I think I'm going to get the, oh, I know what I wanted to do. While I wait for this to dry a little bit, before I get my black liner out, let me set that aside. I think I want to go ahead and gotta make sure you don't smear what you did on the inside, I mean the outside, when you go to do the inside. Oh yeah, I wanted to put some of these people. I got these cute little people stamps. I wanted to find some more, and somebody sells some with these old ladies on there, and they were adorable. But they didn't have any old men, and they were shaped kind of weird. So I've been kind of debating what to put in the center with my people. And I think I'm just going to do, you know, like grass. I think I'm just going to do green here. This is avocado. I think this is one of my favorite colors. And it's the most troublesome for me too sometimes, because this is the one, it has a lot of brown pigment in it. So it likes to go brown. I think I'm going to do some turquoise. And I hope this doesn't, well, I kind of want it to be, well, not blotchy, but I don't want it to be solid, because I want it to be kind of thin and look like the sky. But I did another bowl like this. I don't know if you remember me talking about it. The inside turned out kind of streaky, and I didn't really like that. But let's see, where's my sponge? I think I'm going to actually just sponge it around. I want it very, very light. I'm going to move that out of the way a little bit, my stamp. Put a little on my stamp. I mean, yeah, put a little on my sponge. I want it all going in one direction too. I'm going to rinse out my sponge, and I really want it light, so I actually hope some of this burns out. Okay. I don't know how that's going to look. I really don't. You know what I might do? Let's see here. Find me another brush. I've got tons of brushes. So I'm going to put some little brown, like, let me see, little brown pebbles around here. Put a little bit of water in there. I don't want it too dark. And then of course I'll go over all this with my liner. One thing nice about underglazes is they don't run. They can be fired from like 018 to all the way up to cone 10, I believe. But of course they do change kind of dramatically some of the colors at cone 10. They stay pretty true to their colors at cone 5 and 6. But of course they're more vibrant at the lower temperatures. There we go. I think that's good. Because I do want them to burn out a little bit. Of course, when you want them to burn out a little bit, you know, they won't. But, like I said, underglazes, they do, it's nice because it's kind of instant gratification. It's not like regular glazes where you paint a green, you know, the green color's brown and the blue color's red, and it's really nice to get, you know, be able to paint just like watercolors. So, okay, so here's my new stamps. Oh man, they are, oh gosh, they are really stuck on there. The first time I ordered these off of Amazon, they came and they were all just smashed, like they had gone through a machine. And I'll put that underneath there so you guys can see. It's like they had gone through a machine and been pulverized. My people were smashed. That was not good. I had to send them back and wait for more to come. So we'll see how they look like. They're not, let's see. I'm going to try to sand them a little bit, see if that helps. They're not picking up the glaze very well. So I'm using my diamond core little sanding pad to rough up the little girl. Not really, though. Not really. Okay, now let's try this again. I'm going to... What the heck? Oh, I forgot they had orange paint there. Clean up, Lisa. Clean up. There we go. Okay, let's try this again. Another way I could do it is just put the underglaze on the table and let it dry out a little bit. Yeah, I don't know if that's going to work. I'm going to do the table here and see how that comes out. Yeah, it's kind of blotchy. So what I'm going to do, I have another plan. This is kind of wet. Okay, we'll try this. I need one of those heat guns people have. Okay, now let's see. I don't know. I need a heat gun to dry that out. Let's see. Let me try to put some on this paper. I need it so that it's not quite as watered down, so it's a little bit tackier. So let's try this. That's not sticking at all. Well, sorry, little people. I'm gonna rough you up. There's a little baby. There's a little kitty cat there too. And there's a little doggy. But yeah, I think that's the problem there. Some stamps do work better than others. There we go. Okay, so let's see if that works. Not really working. Let's try and put it back on the table. That's working a little bit better. Sorry, I'm wasting all your time here. Let me move this back. I don't need to get that as all that black. I'm making a mess. That's what I'm doing. Okay. I'm gonna get these other ones off of here. Otherwise, I'll be painting some trees on there instead. Plan B. So what I'm going to do is stick that on there, get some underglaze on there, and then, oh, that one's much better. Maybe because I sanded it better. These are really stuck on here. Jeez. Oh, goodness. You'd think you'd tear them up. Yeah, those are working better than the mama. And then here's the little baby. So thank you to whoever said to sand them, because I think that's working. Yeah, I think those will probably work. Here's a little boy. I'll get the kitty cat off of here and the doggy. Goodness sakes, you guys will be like, move on, Lisa, move on. Sorry about that, because yeah, I still have to underglaze. I still have to get my liner out. Okay. I'm going to paint another strip on my table, and I'm going to put the papa on here, the man of the house. And cross your fingers that I don't smear him. And you just got to make sure you press down everywhere. And then gently lift. I don't know about that. I don't know. Let's put the little girl over here. I don't know. They're not going on like I'd planned. Let's try the little boy. He didn't go on at all. So we might have to go to plan B here. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not happy with that at all. So Lisa's going to scrap that. We'll have to work on that later. But so we're not going to finish the inside of this bowl because I'm probably they're not going on good. Let's just put it that way. So oops. So let me cover that up so I don't that did not work. So I will probably be maybe washing that off. We'll see. Let's go ahead and finish the bottom because I like that. We're at 52 minutes. Okay. And as usual, I am using a Zyme applicator bottle with the number 20 tip. Like I said, this is my favorite. You can tell it's 20 because it's got the yellow. So I'm going to shake it up really well. This is Amico Velvet Black. It's the jet black underglaze I have inside here. And I put a little bit of water in there. You want to do it so there's not enough water where it's dripping out. But you want it enough so it flows freely. So let's see, where are we going to start at? Okay, so let's... Oh, there's Ernie. The little Ernie. Ernie was hiding from me before because I gave him a haircut and a bath. So, okay, let's put my son in here. This is going to look upside down because, whoops. Let's see. Well, of course, it's got to be clogged. That's because I left the pin out, probably. All right, there we go. Okay, so let's put a sun here. Put a big smile on his face. Can you see him? He'll be upside down in your view. There you go. And let's see. I think I'm just going to do some little circle doodles on the yellow. That's kind of a squiggly one. And then these are my leaves that I put in there. Must be getting late. I can hear all the traffic outside. We live on a pretty busy street. So you can tell when school lets out or rush hour. There we go. And let's move over here. And the hardest part, now that's, look at that. My son is smearing a little bit, which I don't know what it's doing it. Okay, so on this one here, I'm going to do a flower. I probably, well, doesn't really matter. Probably should have painted the colors in first. Sometimes I do that and sometimes I don't with these. I think I'm gonna wait for that to dry. And it's hard, you know, like I said, I'm painting on bisque ware, and you either got to lay the bottle kind of on its side when you're doing this, or pull the applicator bottle away from you so that you don't clog up the tip. Here's my little school of fishy. You can hear the click, click, click of my doggy's toenails on the hardwood floors. Ernie is the one who's 15. He's can't hear. He's pretty much blind and can't hear. You can see a little bit, but not very well. Okay, so, and then here's these, which I think I'm just gonna I'm not going to try to really outline. I'm just, I don't know if I like that either. But it's too late now. Once you do something, it's kind of like you're no going back. And you can add color to, let's see, let's add a little bit of blue. I'm going to add a little bit of blue to this. There's some right there. It can't be too watered down because you'll smear the black underglaze. But the black comes through pretty well, unless you put a really dark color on. The black fires through the underglaze you put on top. It's smearing a little bit, but really matters. So during my last video, I had an Amazon delivery, and I think I told you guys that I thought it was my my little baby pottery wheel. You ever see those little miniature pottery wheels? Well, it was one of those. So I'm gonna have to do a demo on the little baby pottery wheel. So cute. I was playing with it before. I don't know if you can see, but I got white clay splashed all over me from playing with it. Okay, so where's that flower at? Here we go. Let's go back here. Let's gotta pick a color. I don't have any. Well, I got this. Let me try this slate blue. I mix this color up. This color here is. It's actually. I hope that doesn't turn out too. It's actually a bunch of different colors. I think what I'll do is add a little bit of turquoise to it. Let's see what colors we get, and then I'll add a little bit of the royal blue with it. Yeah, it looks. I don't know. It looks kind of dark. I'm gonna add a little bit of white. Let's see, maybe a little bit more white. There we go. That's a little bit lighter. I don't want it too dark. There we go. I have a show coming up in May. I believe it's May 7th, the day before Mother's Day. So that should be a good show. I always get so nervous though because they're outdoors and you never know what the weather's going to be like. Although I think on this show I'm going to bring my trailer. I renovated an old horse trailer into a little pottery store. So it turned out really cute, if I do say so myself. Alright, now I'm going to put a little bit of green on here for the leaves. And I want to be able to see some of those words underneath there, so I don't want to go too dark with this, but then I don't want it to burn out either. It's kind of a fine line of how much do you put on, and that's why you don't fall in love with your pottery until you get it out of the kiln, right? Okay, so I think I'm going to actually do some yellow dots up here. I like those yellow dots. Okay. I think I'm going to add a little bit of yellow to the butterfly. And maybe a little bit of the orange. looks pretty good. Like I said, you really don't know how it turns out until it comes out of the kiln. Oh, then I have my dragonfly over here. I think I'm just going to put some yellow on there. Maybe with a darker green body. My avocado green. So I don't know how many people are still with me. If I haven't bored you to tears yet. Okay. Let's try to finish this up here. I'm going to go over the flower again. I want to make sure the outline stays on the outside. It should. Like I said, you never know. I do have an Etsy shop. I'm not very good about updating it though. If you ever see a bowl that you like, just screenshot it, let me know. I do have to get better about putting stuff on my Etsy shop there because I'm good at making it. Well, I shouldn't say I'm good at making it, but I like making it. Let's just put it that way. And but I'm not good at selling it. I have so much pottery sitting around. You know, and sometimes it just doesn't come out perfect. And then you're like, ugh, I don't know. Then I get disgusted with myself. Which you know is easy to do. Okay, I think these are dry enough. There we go. There we go. I think that's good. Okay, now there is the bowl. Of course, it's upside down, and I wish I could. Let's see. I'm trying to hold it so I don't smear it. Back up a little bit. There we go. So there is the bowl. I know it's upside down, but I think it. Let me turn it over. I think I just put my hand in it. There you go. And I'll show it to you once it's out of the kiln, I promise. It'll be much brighter. And like I said, the black will come through. And the inside, I don't know what I'm going to do with the inside. I'll show you that when I figure it out. All right. I'm back. Thanks so much for watching. Sorry the inside didn't turn out, but you know, stuff does happen. The stamps, I don't know. I think they had been okay if the stamps, I think if the underglaze had dried out a little more, I think they'd probably been okay. But I'm not liking them, so I'll do something with the inside. We'll see. That's the nice part about it being on bisqueware, because I can sponge it out and it won't hurt it. If I was painting on greenware, you're pretty much stuck with it, because when you try to add water, it would just smear and be, oh my gosh, we'd end up with a mess. But the bisqueware, you can just sponge it out and it'll be good. So I'll let this dry. I'll put a clear, zinc-free clear glaze on it, and I will talk to you guys later. I will make some other videos, and I'm going to do one of my little baby mini pottery wheel. Yeah, I'm going to have so much fun with that. All right, thanks. Have a great day. Thanks for watching.